One of my friends recently had a take that was so foreign to me. I had just gotten into Discord and my friends had been chatting for a while before I got on. And when I finally got in, they prompted me with a question. How do you feel about 3D printing? I replied, excited. I love it. I have one right next to me. But then my friends said something that surprised me. I'm sorry, dude, but 3D printing is one of the dumbest things. And I'm not lying. I immediately went silent. I didn't even bother to give into that energy. That's a whole separate discussion that I'll probably have a video about in the future. However, it did get me thinking of something. I see 3D printing as a utilitarian device. It can make whatever I can dream up, and most people aren't even considering what it's capable of. So this got me thinking even more. What else are people not thinking about but will complain at nauseum about? Their 9 to 5s. And that's why I think we're slowly entering a new age of the individual artisan. Let me explain. Throughout history, skilled workers dominated local markets, producing everything from pots and pans to baskets and clothing. This group of the workforce were known as artisans. In the 19th century, with the advent of the Industrial Revolution, vast sums of the workforce migrated from family owned and small operation businesses to large scale factory jobs. These businesses aimed to compete directly with skilled workers. The idea was that, at such a large scale, these businesses could afford to sell their products at a huge markdown while optimizing for consistency in quality and form. In this time, artisans simply couldn't keep up because they relied on their own hands and skill to make their products, and thus sold them at a much higher price in reference to how much effort was required to make them. The problem is, consumers want to pay the least amount possible for the most consistent quality product, and thus the artisans lost their battle to big business. This trend even persisted through the transition from an industrial economy to a service based one, and to this day represents the most common way people work through large businesses. But something is changing in the background, and you've seen it online hundreds of times. A young adult uses AI to create a niche app in a weekend and begins bringing in hundreds of dollars a month. Another person buys 3D printers and rents animal and character 3D models monthly for pennies but sells thousands of units a month. And yet another is using a desktop CNC machine to craft a rocket engine that they showcase for millions of viewers on YouTube. In my opinion, these examples display a workforce that is trending towards single or small groups of focused businesses that look a lot less like big businesses and more like artisanal ones. And again, this isn't just AI vibe coded projects. These are real, valuable concepts that will only improve as the software improves. And that's just the software side of things. The hardware side of the equation is subtly catching up in the background too. 3D printers, which were once nothing more than a niche, nerdy toy, have become serious additions to a maker's collection. An increased demand for home industrial machines has led to similar projects like desktop CNC mills and lathes. For someone that's always followed this side of things very closely, it is so cool to see how far it's come. It makes me wonder what other devices we will have in the future that allow us to make anything we could think of. And of course, last but not least, is the content economy, previously dominated by Hollywood and streaming giants, but now held in contention with single personality YouTube channels, TikTok stars, and streamers. Many people will say they're cringe, but the numbers don't lie. This is not only a viable career path, but a lucrative one. And having the ability for anyone to display something they are proud of allows us all to showcase all our unique talents, and interests and share with others across the globe. Next time you instinctively think that something is useless and just another slot machine, think twice about the people that run those machines. Because while they certainly own the fruits of their own labor, the same cannot necessarily be said for the person on the other side of the screen. And this is by no means a diss or trying to say that one way is correct, but I believe that the freedom of creativity that these technologies afford us will open up an entirely new age of the artisan who organizes projects at a massive scale but in small teams with niche interests. I really enjoyed making this video because it's a very interesting thought experiment. Please let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I'm looking forward to reading them. Thank you so much for watching and have a good one.